Hello, I'm Yvonne from Somerset Libraries. This is my friend and helper Archie, and we'd like to welcome you to episode 8 of Taunton Library Gardening Club. Today I thought we would take some heel cuttings from a rosemary bush, pinch out the side shoots of some tomato plants, but first I thought we'd look at the apple trees and see why the fruit appears to be dropping. This is one of our apple trees. It's a cooking apple tree, Bramley, and it's got a good crop on it. You can see lots of apples. But it's also dropping a lot of apples, dropping little small ones like this. And a lot of people worry about that because they think all the fruit's falling off. But on a healthy tree, it's really nothing to worry about. It's just something called the June drop. And as the name suggests, it happens in June and July. It means that in a good spring, like we've had this year, with lots of pollinators, all the blossom got pollinated, so there's lots and lots of tiny apples, and too much for the tree to cope with. And it's just nature's way of getting rid of the excess. If there are still a lot of apples after the June drop, i.e. the end of July, you might want to thin them out because then you get bigger and better fruit. But that's okay with a small tree, but on these trees it's just too much, so I just let the tree get on with it and it's usually fine. You might recall that a few weeks ago we took some Dianthus cuttings. Well, here they are, and they've all taken, they've got lots of new growth on, and I'll be potting them up individually soon. So today I thought I'd do something similar with rosemary and take some rosemary cuttings, but they'll be slightly different in that it'll be what's called a heel cutting, which takes a little bit of the main stem when I take the cutting. Heel cuttings work well on plants with a woody stem like this, and plants that are a bit past their prime also like this. This is a variety of rosemary called Corsican Blue. It's a lovely variety. It's got beautiful blue flowers, but it suffered in the wet winter we had. It got quite waterlogged and is looking very sorry for itself. So I thought I'd take some cuttings, so I've always got a plant when this dies off. So take a heel cutting by grasping a short shoot like this one, just at the base, and it should come off with a little bit of the bark there. They now need to be potted up, but first of all take off the lower leaves, ideally with a knife, because if you tear them off that can damage the stem. Now some people will say you don't need rooting powder or a plastic bag, which I'm coming to in a minute, but like most of us, I don't have ideal growing conditions for cuttings at home, so every little helps as far as I'm concerned. Now I'm just going to cover them with a plastic bag to conserve moisture. As before, I'm supporting the plastic bag with some sticks so it doesn't touch the cuttings. You'll find that a lot of condensation forms in the bag, and if you let that roll down onto the cuttings, it could make them rot off. So every day or so, take off the bag, get rid of the condensation, let them air a bit and put it back on again, and they'll be fine. Keep the cuttings in a light place, but not in bright sunshine, and they should root within a few weeks. These are some of the tomatoes we planted out a few weeks ago. The two end ones are Gardener's Delight, and the middle one is a variety called Black Prince. They're all cordon tomatoes, which means we need to train them up as a single stem against a cane. Now, to do that, we need to pinch out the side shoots to stop them branching out. If I just show you what I'm going to do, the side shoots occur in the leaf axils here, and we need to cut and we need to take them out. You know, if they're small enough, you can take them out with your fingernails, but if you've left them for quite a long time and they're a bit tough, then you can just cut them out with some snippers like that. I've just finished pinching out for now, and then now I'm tying it up to the cane. You have to do this continually as the plant grows. Pinch out and tie in until they reach the top of the cane. Of course, you can use these side shoots as cuttings to make new plants. So you just cut it off below a leaf joint, take off the lower leaves, dip them in rooting powder, put them in compost, cover with a plastic bag. It's the usual cuttings drill, and then you'll have some more plants fairly soon. But of course they will be later than the plants that you've taken them from. But it's worth a go if you need some more. Now they've all got clean, straight stems and they're tied into the canes. Well, that's all for this week, and thank you for watching. Do let us know what you think via our social media platforms, and like, follow, share as you think fit. And don't forget that library members have access to full digital copies of all the big gardening magazines, lots of other magazines and newspapers, all for free. Details are on our website. So goodbye for now, and hope to see you next week.